I really probably say really just knowing what I needed to do to get better. Just like the speed of the game, just knowing the little things that's gonna make me be one of the best in my position, and that's what I tried to improve on every week.
Where did this go wrong the last month, do you think?
Can you repeat that?
Where did this go wrong the last month?
For I say especially we say it a lot. Say the little things, effort, everything was there. I say the game plan was good game plans. We knew it was just us. We need to go out there and complete them. We didn't do our jobs to the best of our ability to get the wins.
Was it difficult, especially on the line with all the injuries? I mean, you were the one constant. They didn't miss a game and everything, but was it tough not knowing who's going to be lining up next to you, game in and game out?
Yeah, at some point, because you don't really get to play with the same five every week. But the guys behind them, we had faith in everybody in the room, so we felt like it wasn't that much drop off for the next guy up, and everybody was always ready. So we went in that mentality we had every week. So not really, but to an extent, yeah, because we didn't play together so much.
Do you feel like you're settled in at right tackle to this is your position in the NFL, or do you think you could move next year?
That's up to the coach. I feel like I could play either or, so I feel like I had a good year in my first year right tackle, and it's all from growing from here, but I can still do both sides, so I guess whatever coach does.
How much of a learning curve was this from guys you played against to the ups and downs to the long season? How much of it?
It was a lot. Coming from college, you don't see these many guys with these different. That's so different. Every week it was somebody different, and they did different things. They was good at this thing, bad at this thing, and just the change up every week was, I'd say, the thing I really had to focus on, and that's what it was.
Do you leave this season with confidence that the ceiling's a lot
Yeah,
higher?
definitely. I feel like we all have grown this season, especially me coming my first year, playing the games I played, and big games. So it's only up from here, and I have most confidence in myself to become better next year and being way better than I was this year.
How did it feel getting back this year, and how do you assess the season?
Felt all right. Wasn't the best season at all. I mean, personally, definitely as a team we didn't reach the goals we wanted. But yeah, for me personally, it wasn't everything that I wanted, really.
Over 1,000 yards, you led the team in receiving touchdowns. I mean, did you prove anything to yourself that you still got it after a couple years off?
I think I've been proved it that I can still run. As long as I can run and cut, I mean, I know I can play. I just needed to be more focused and more dialed in, figure out my routine faster, figure out how to get back into the flow of it faster. And just it's not as easy as people think, but I was trying to figure out faster and remember those situations, those one-on-one situations, those, just figure the game out, but I think next year will be a better year for me for sure. Just to get this year under my belt was important though.
What happens next for you? What's your expectation? Here or somewhere else? Do you have any feel?
Say that again?
Do you have any feel for where you'll be?
No, I have no idea. No.
Is that an uncomfortable situation to be in?
No. No.
Is it intriguing that the possibilities are 32?
32
teams or 32 destinations.
Well, I got out this season healthy. I know I'm a good player for sure. I feel young. I can run fast still. I'll tell you that. And if whoever wants a good player, I'll tell you that.
Would you like to be
course.
back here?
Of course. I mean, I learned these guys, built relationships with them. I don't really care to learn other people and plays and all that other stuff right now. But God is gonna find out where I belong, and if the money right, I do need some of that. we're gonna figure it out. But I gotta definitely I'm gonna hit this off season for me personally to get better. So I'm coming back and happy about my play.
Can you take us through the play? Yes, the deep ball with under 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, man. When I came out of it, I think I lost it at the end a little bit. I just kind of was just felt like I was under control, but at the same time a little out of control just because, I don't know, I just kind of got away from it, man. I don't know, kind of just got away from it.
Are you trying to hit a landmark there or to get to that certain spot?
I'm trying to beat my safety and come over to, I got to make the play. That's me personally. For me, I got to figure out how to get over there with enough speed and make that play. That's all I know.
Would you prefer to be here because you know the offense, you know the guys, you know everything?
Man, like I said, there's a lot of things that has to be right, you know. So it's not up to me.
And then you mentioned playing 16 games. Was that a goal of yours?
Yeah.
Is that something that makes you feel pretty proud of?
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of practicing every practice, playing every game. So I'm pretty proud of that.
You play with Matt Ryan. What's your view of Trevor 3 years into his career?
Trevor, he's young. Trevor has so much growth. He's growing. He's still learning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, me and Trevor, obviously we only had 1 year together, and you know, sometimes we weren't both of us. You know, we weren't there because we don't have a chemistry. Opposed to like Kirk and Zay, and Trevor there, and Engram. They all have pretty good chemistry, so it looks a little different when they target them. So with us, we needed a little bit more time. Honestly, like I came straight out of suspension, man. Just like one day they told me I could come back, and I flew here. Everything was fast for me, you know what I'm saying? So that's not an excuse or nothing, but we were rushed, you know what I'm saying? So, and we worked hard as we could with the time, and honestly, we worked ourselves tired. So, you know, and I can admit that right now. We did everything. We tried everything. We tried everything. We threw, we ran, we were sore, we were hurt. We did everything, and unfortunately, we didn't get the results that we wanted. But we worked for it though.
If you stay, what would it look like not being rushed?
I'm man, you know, I'm gonna be better, man, for sure. I definitely was, towards the end of the season, I was feeling a lot better, man, you know, like just knowing everything and seeing it clear and just not even feeling really tired and sore or anything anymore. So, you know, I found a good routine, I found a good space, and so, you know, I'm gonna build from that and definitely try to fix all the I have. But I like me, you know, I love me, so I just gotta hit this offseason good, and I know now how to train this offseason, what I need to do. I need more receiver work, so it'll be good.
Did this team not know how to handle being a front runner, or maybe the expectations once you got to 8-3 amongst some of the teams elite?
Nah. Man, you know, football just sucks, man. It doesn't suck. I'm sorry. It's just like, you know, you just like, we don't feel good all the time. You know, you get injuries. Your team is not always together, and it's just, the weeks are just hard. And, you know, somewhere in those weeks we kind of lost it, you know, I think. And we couldn't nail those moments that we needed to, and we just needed our juice. We didn't have the juice, I felt. So I don't know. We kind of lost it right there a little bit. We just needed some juice.
Thank you. Calvin, thank you.
Appreciate you, man.
The time we spent in London was really special together. I think it was because it was unique, and just because of the time frame and how long we were there, it was really a bonding moment. I got to see a lot of guys come together, so I think that was a highlight of the season for sure.
So you get a chance to process this at all
Yeah.
last night and into today?
Yeah, just thinking a little bit. I did.
What do you come away with?
I just said it earlier. I think one is frustration. Obviously, things in the way that we wanted them to. You know, we'll have to sit with that for a while, but also gratitude to be in this position, to have those opportunities, and to be with this team, people that I consider to be brothers, and to just be a part of a staff that cares all the way down. I mean, from equipment to training staff to weight room staff, just everyone involved is really hands-on. So I would be remiss if I didn't give mention to those people, because that's something that is special to me. That is something that I care about, and you know, the football aspect and the winning aspect we'll have to handle and be better at, and come back ready next year.
You obviously, when this happens, the blame game starts happening, at least from the outside.
Sure.
Do you like what's in here? Do you, from staff to QB to the weapons and people you have in here?
I think in this building are the true opinions that I care about. Not to be disrespectful of anyone's say or opinion outside of it, or especially to you guys as doing your jobs. But I think we have enough. I mean, when I look around the room, I'm grateful for the people that I get to come to work with, and grateful to call this a job. And I'm grateful for the coaches that believed in me, that wanted me here and helped bring me here. And so I don't listen to too much about what other people say, as long as the people next to me know who I am, and we share that relationship. I think that's what's special to me. And I think those are my comments for that.
Where do you think Trevor is as a franchise quarterback 3 years in?
Say that again?
Where do you think Trevor is 3 years into his career and as a franchise QB?
I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe a question you could ask him. You mean from the standpoint of like his leadership or everything entail and growth? I mean, obviously this season wasn't what any of us wanted, but if we're talking individually, there's not a man who cares more. There's not a man who does more for his team. There's not a man who's in the training room getting worked on his body and watching film at the same time, also battling if he's going to be able to go out there and give it his all or not, and he always does. And so when you talk about growth of a player and a person, Trevor Lawrence is a great friend, a great leader, and a great teammate. And yesterday or any other game, for me, it wasn't solely his fault. Everyone has a hand in it. It's a team game. He'll receive a lot of praise and he'll receive a lot of criticism because of the position he's in. And I don't want to go to battle with anybody else right now but Trev, because the relationship and rapport that we built. And honestly, I don't really care what anybody says about him outside of this building.
Contractually, it says you guys will still be together. You and Christian, we'll see about Calvin, Evan. How important will that continuity be, especially since you were banged up a lot this year?
Sure. I won't get into all like the contract stuff. I know what you're saying, but there's no guarantee with anything that we do. This business changes all the time, and so I can have the hope of the future, and there are promises of the future, but at the end of the day, I don't know where all that stuff lies. I'm just gonna try to enjoy what I can now with them, and then I would be grateful to be a part of this team. I can't speak for anybody else, and so wherever that takes us, I know that I'm going to work as hard as I can to help get this team back on track and doing what we do.
And understand that nothing is ever given to us. Everything is earned, and what you put in is what you get out of it. So, it's reality. It's what it is. It's part of our story. And the leaders of this team, the foundation of this team, the guys that will be back in here, it's up to us that we act on it and allow it to never happen again.
We hear stuff from players about some spark missing or not enough juice this year compared to last year. What's your assessment after kind of stewing about it last night?
I think, at the end of the day, when it came down to making the plays, we didn't make them. When it came down to the crucial moments in the games from the first week to the last week, especially the ones we lost, just didn't make the plays. Just didn't get it done. Just didn't do our job enough. Just didn't hone in on the details enough. I think you think there's one team that ends up happy at the end of the year. And I think the things that we did wrong, everybody does. At the end of the day, we had a lot more than that was supposed to be allowed. So a lot of things to go look in the mirror and improve that. But at the end of the day, we just didn't get it done in the clutch moments and the big moments that we were supposed to.
Evan, you stayed healthy this year, but there were a lot more injuries this year than last year. Is that just a product of this being a contact sport? And some teams are going to get lucky with injuries and some aren't?
Yeah, I mean, there's teams that get the bug early. There's teams that get the bug late. It's football. It's a violent sport we play. I think you got to find a way around it. You got to find a way to battle through it. And obviously, you know, you don't want to see your best guys go down. We had a lot of key players get hurt this year at crucial moments in the season. But you know, we don't make excuses. I think everybody deals with it. So, yes, football is a violent sport, but we're in the business of, you know, next man up. So, but we didn't get that done with that response.
How much do you guys have to find a more consistent running game this offseason to be able to complement what you're doing in the passing game?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things we got to do better, honestly, but obviously the run game is a huge part of it. Got to run the ball and win this league. Got to run the ball to win this league, and you know, we as a unit, as a tight end, that's a part of the run game. That's a huge part of the run game. That's a huge, you know, addition and, you know, a partner with the offensive line or the tight end position. We didn't do it. We didn't do well enough. And I think there's a lot to think. I said there's a lot of things to look in the mirror at and, you know, attack the improvement of. You know, identifying those things and attack their improvement. And this feeling is great fuel for that, for sure.
This is going to look outside looking in that it stunts Trevor's growth. You know, with the losses and some of the injuries in the play. 2 years with him, 3 years into his career, where do you see him as the franchise quarterback? I look at adversity as an opportunity. You know, obviously this is an unfortunate end of our season. A lot of things were unfortunate that happened to us this year, but honestly, in the adversity, there's a lesson to be learned and there's growth to be had. And I think a lot of things that we all experience, especially Trevor experienced this year, he has the right mindset. He has the right team around him and the right, you know, I think he has the right faith to understand that, you know, things happen for a reason, and, you know, we all can grow better from it. We all can use this, like I said, a part of our story to enable us to truly be who we're supposed to be. And adversity and, you know, traumatic experiences, everybody experiences them. We've all, you know, sitting in this huddle right here, everybody has had adversity in their life that probably should honestly keep you away from where you're standing right now, but we've all gotten through it. And I think this is a moment where, as a team and as individually, as players on this team, we will look back on this and be like, you know what, where we're going to be from this is for a reason, and it's for this feeling that we have in this locker room. So I think everybody can, you know, walk away with that, not just Trevor, myself, the rest of my teammates. We can use the adversity, we can use the shortcomings this season as fuel to our response and us, you know, truly becoming who we're going to be when we get back. He's a right guy long term for this.
100%. I think you don't, nah. Look, everybody's gonna have a piece of or opinion. That's the world now. Everybody has access to getting their opinions out there, and there's buttons that can be pressed that more people can see opinions. From what I see, a player in this locker room, a player in the trenches, on the field, he's our guy.
Process this one the last few hours or last night. What did you come away with?
That, you know, the NFL is the NFL for a reason. You can never take a moment for granted. Even though you're up, you're down, you know, the game's still going to be played. And, you know, for me, when I can look at it is, you know, I experienced a lot, you know, my first 5 years here. And, you know, a lot of good, a lot of bad, a lot of in between. And this was a new experience for me. So for me to be able to go through this and experience this is another way of, all right, whenever you get this far, you know how to handle it next time. So that's the way I'm looking at it, and that's the way I'm going into the offseason thinking. You know, a lot to improve, but if I can do my part, do my 111, and I can motivate guys by me to do the same, we'll find ourselves in a better position next year and moving forward.
How soon do things begin on the contract front for you and your team?
I mean, you know, I just play football. My agent does all that type of negotiating. We'll talk when we need to talk, but at this time right now, you know, I'm worried about getting my body back right, spending time with my family, and you know, keep focusing on what I'm gonna do next year.
Do you anticipate the business side of this being difficult when you're talking about as much money as we're talking about?
you know, let God be God. You know, we never question that. You know, like I said, man, before, after, I've always just focused on football and did my part. And if I can do that, then everything take care of itself. So, you know, the business is the business. You know, we'll have conversations down that road. But, you know, at this very moment, you know, I'm still trying to get through this situation and grow from it.
17.5 sacks. Will you pretty much duplicate everything you did last offseason in preparation because it seemed to work?
I mean, some things are going to change, but, you know, it started with my mentality and never wavering and never questioning that, first and foremost. And I knew I always had the talent to take over games and to be a dominant player that I know I am. Just how well mentally can I stay locked in and know what I can and can't do. And obviously find the process, staying focused each week. So, you know, I'm not a robot, first and foremost, so I can't sit up here and try to recreate what I did, because then I'm trying to do the same exact thing when I know, you know, life happens and things are going to happen in my life. So, but mentality-wise and preparation-wise, you know, taking care of my body first and foremost was one of the most important things I could have done this year. And moving forward, I know my process. I'm going to stick to my process. But if something changes, and I'll just adjust the way it needs to be.
You mentioned yesterday, and several players have mentioned, the spark, the fire, the juice, the energy was missing from last year. After a night to kind of think about that and reflect, can you put your finger on what exactly was missing?
I mean, it was, you know, we like I said, man, we got the players, we got the guys. It was the same staff, same crew. You know, it was just that new experience. Like we experienced last year, had to win, you know, those final games. And first off, let me go back to, you know, games are meaningful in December. That was our main focus last year. Play meaningful games in December and February. And, you know, and when we got in this situation this year, I think the focus changed on going back to the fundamentals and doing that. So it took a little step back. So for us, man, is to at the end of the day, the goal is to win. We should all know individually, team-wise, coach-wise, that the little things are going to make us happen. But if we don't remember play meaningful games in December and in January and how important those are, I think that was the main focus. I think we lost track of that, and we kind of made it a bit more simpler because we had a lot of miscues, and we focused too much on those little miscues that we forgot the objective was to play meaningful games, and the sense of urgency we had back then. But, you know, like I said earlier, this is a new experience that we've all had to deal with, new experience that I've had, starting off fast, finishing the way we did. Last year we started off slow, finished the way we did. So it's another added, you know, growth. And for me, you know, how can I improve? How can I be that driving force? And hopefully everybody can take that and grow from that moment.